In this video, we're going to learn about the Excel data filter tool that is under sort and filter. You can filter your data, of course, simply say you have this data set with countries, the date, or the ID, and I have 4 African countries, and I want to filter only, say, Kenya. I can pick Kenya like that, and you get data for Kenya. Now, I'll specifically deal with the filter function that pulls your data based on criteria. For this case, I've created a new sheet here that I want to pull my data here. But before you pull that, you need to pick the headers of your data sets, copy that and paste it here as my headers. Then I want to pull data here based on the criteria, which is Kenya. So I'll use the filter function equals to filter like that. Then you have the array and what to include and value if empty. For this case, my array is my data set, which is quite some substantial amount here. I pick that, Control Shift down arrow. You see it's about 10,579 rows. Then include, put a comma there, and say only when the column that is called country is equals to Kenya. So I'll come back here and pick the country. So I'll pick the entire column like this and say only when that column is equals to Kenya. So I can put Kenya in quotation marks and close the bracket and press enter. So this gives me amount data only for Kenya. You realize that you can also use a multiple. For example, if I wanted to filter only data for, say, the ship mode, I say I want first class and must be Tanzania, for example. So I'll create another sheet, put it here, make sure that I pick the headers first, because the filter function will only pick the non-header. So I'll put there and say only pull only data when the country is Tanzania and when the shipping mode is first class. So I'll come here, type is equals to filter like this. Then include the array. I'll pick the array, which is that. Then so I'll start from column A, Control Shift down arrow. Then comma. Then I will open the bracket because I'm going to use multiple criteria and say when the country. So I'll pick the country here. When the country on column H, like that, is equals to Tanzania. Make sure you type exact Tanzania. And now, when I want to add a new criteria, you close the bracket, put the asterisk or times, then open the bracket. Then we now pick the next criteria, which for this case will be the ship mode. So I'll pick the ship mode is equals to first class like that, and then close the bracket and press enter. So it will only give me first class for Tanzania. Now let's go up a notch higher, where we, instead of typing the countries the way we've typed here, typing the country or the criteria, instead we want to include this in a drop down so that my filter is dynamic. So what I'll do is create the dynamic or the unique lists of the shipping mode and the countries, pick that, copy into a new sheet, paste it there, and I remove duplicates so that I have only a list of unique countries and shipping mode. So I'll go to data, click remove duplicate, then click like that. So it's not yet unique, so let me create here another column. Then I'm going to remove duplicates for this so that I have only 4 countries. Okay, like that. So I have Uganda, Tanzania, Rwanda, and Kenya. For the ship mode, I need also to remove duplicates so that I have second class, first class, standard class, and same day. Now, once I have those lists, I want to now filter them, but have them as my criteria. So I'm going to put here and type your country, and then this becomes the ship mode. Put the ship mode there. Then create a drop down of the countries, which is data validation. Then I pick the list, and list will come from sheet 4. So that is a country. I'm going to pick those entries, then click OK. Now there's a country I can pick, Kenya or Rwanda or whichever country I want. The next one is ship mode. Pick data validation, pick a list, and I pick the list from the ship modes that I have there. Then at least pick one here, put it there. Now it's time for me to do my filter tool. So I'll go to the array and now pick what's on the top here. Copy this and then go to sheet 5. I'm going to paste it there. Make it that so that it can be more visible. So I'm going to expand that. And now type is equals to filter. I repeat that function for multiple criteria. So filter my data in sheet 1. I'm going to pick this. Control Shift down arrow, then comma, then I'm going to open the bracket so that I pick the first criteria. So the first criteria is the country. So I'll come here, pick the country, like that. But instead of typing the actual country, I have the criteria on my sheet 5 here. So I'll come back here and pick my country, then close the brackets, then asterisk or times, that is joining this first criteria to the second criteria. The second criteria is ship mode. So I'll pick ship mode here. Ship mode is in column C. I pick that, then say equals to, and the ship mode is here on cell A6, like that. Then close the brackets, then close again, and press enter. Now you'll get that this is the first class and the country is Kenya. Now, if I was to change this, I can change this and say, now give me when it is Tanzania. You can see it will give me it's Tanzania. And then another class, say second class, and it gives me Tanzania. You can as well make sure that you edit these transaction dates. The function doesn't give you in the format that is required, but you can pick here and pick short date like that. And you can see my filter is working quite well. In an event now, if you don't have, say, second class for Rwanda, you need to have here what is the value here if it is blank. If it is empty, you can return empty like that, or just put a dash like that and close the bracket and enter. So there will be no values calculated for that array. But whenever you have values, you can always pick Rwanda is standard class, and it will give you Rwanda standard class. I pick Kenya. And pick Kenya. I want first class for Kenya. I pick first class like that, and it gives me the items that I want. Now with this, you can filter multiple many criteria as you choose, and you get your data in Excel. Thanks for watching.